Oh,
There
awesome.
it is.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Can I just say? So
No, you
Karina
cannot.
killed me. This is why Karina's such a good imposter. Like,
She just doesn't talk.
I wasn't
It's
even
Karina?
imposter.
It's Karina?
You know what's wrong?
wait, what?
No,
That's been fooled.
Huh?
Oh yeah, I got so outplayed. Who killed me then?
Who's
I
purple?
did.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh,
who's
you were
purple?
green?
I was green.
Oh, she's purple.
Who
I
was
got killed by a green person.
Oh, who's
Who was
oh,
green?
Ty.
Who was that? Because they had me cornered, and I
Oh.
knew they were gonna kill me, and I was just trying to escape the whole time, and
Dang.
I was just so scared for my life.
I'm so confused.
It's
Orange
just
is
Karina's
not.
usually
Too
green,
good.
which is why I got
Orange is
confused.
good, right?
Yeah, no, I switched my cards.
Yeah, orange was an imposter.
Oh.
Oh, Karina outplayed with a color swap.
Wait, I'm sorry for blaming you again, Karina.
But who was orange though?
I was orange.
Okay, yeah,
Kev-
we were good.
Kevin.
We were good there. We were,
Oh,
helping each other out.
Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
Kevin's
so
not
connected.
in yet.
Oh, here he is. Here.
Everyone's connecting.
The perpetual connection.
Who's the other guy that was taking it like forever to connect last time?
Oh, I forgot the name.
Oh,
It's like
forgot the
Brian
guy.
or
Ty,
something.
just Ty.
Oh no.
It was like Brian or
Yeah, something
I
like
know
that.
who you're talking about, but I don't remember the name.
I don't either. It's in our Slack history. I think.
yeah, I'm looking. Oof, wait, we talked so much since then.
I think you can search. I don't think it's search.
And we search.
I think I'm almost there. Wait, no, I disagree. I'm not. Brad, his name's Brad.
Brad? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we gotta send the link to Andrew Chen.
Cool.
Or is he here?
Oh,
He is here. He has
Oh, he
found
found
the
it.
way.
Oh,
He
hey,
has
sorry.
found the way. He is smart.
Hello, hello.
Kevin's here.
Well,
hi Kevin. Welcome.
Hey, Kevin.
Hello.
how's it going?
Pretty good.
That's good to hear.
Should we play Among Us while we wait for more people?
I'm down.
Wait a second. Did we put the slides in the event?
No.
Bruh.
So how do
Bruh.
we share the slides?
I thought we were just going to present it, right? I thought that was.
Oh yeah, right. Someone can share the screen.
Also, we
Oh,
didn't.
we forgot. Someone can share the screen.
Did we forget to do something?
I don't think so.
Unless we forgot.
I mean, we posted pretty late. Kevin, how did you hear about this event?
I saw on the Slack events page that I
Oh,
could join and see.
okay,
Good.
cool.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's message General.
You're gonna pull the @ channel.
Yeah, wait, we should. At
Whoa.
280
Power
Piss off
play.
everyone.
Or should we just do add channel in events?
Put an ad in events. Oh wait, no,
Yes.
isn't there a few people in events channel though?
There's 191 people.
Oh yeah, never
That's
mind.
a lot of people. Do it.
Do
I
it,
don't
do
want
it,
to
do it.
disturb the alumni. Okay.
Oh,
Fuck, they don't check that shit either. They don't check this Slack, bro. Slack has been dead for like 2 years. It's only recently.
What should I say? We are hosting.
Say
Oh.
channel hi.
Get
That's it.
your asses online.
Jen. Oh, okay, whatever. There you go.
I mean, I guess we could just be super chill about it. We don't have to do a full-on thing.
Actually, yeah.
Can you see this full screen?
Add channel, hi.
I'm saying we should have done that. What the hell?
Do it
Missed
right now.
opportunity.
Okay, I mean, like, we did do this pretty late, but it's also, like, a chill event. So we're just here to kind of just hang out. But
Yeah.
thanks for coming, Kevin. I feel like not people are as active on Slack. But hi, we're Tech at NYU. We're really excited to meet you. We're gonna just like run through a bit of stuff that we did this summer, and like if you have any questions for us, we're more than happy to answer it. So, well, it's gonna be like an informal convo, like between us, like all of us, and then if you have a question, you can just ask it straight up.
And number 3 is not happening. Let's just.
Yeah. And then like also, I mean, if there's any like general like questions in general about like being a freshman in NYU, I feel like this is like a good place to ask because we're all sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And if there's something else, like if you want to explore a different class, like I don't know, besides CS or econ, I feel like some of us have like experience in that, or like even core classes. But yeah, so we can get started. So what did everyone do this summer? So me, I'm G Lee. I major in MCC and CS. I interned at like a startup this summer and it was completely remote. And I also volunteered with like a nonprofit and we created like, well, I designed like this huge matching management system thing so that like a nonprofit could use it. And it's probably in development now. And then I also took summer classes. I took data structures and like a cultures, like a food cultures class. Yeah. And then also we all have Calendly links. So let's say if you want to like meet someone on the Eboard, like just for like a 15 to 20-minute chat, you can just like click on the link and book a time and you can ask them like more specific questions. But yeah, we're gonna be sharing the slides anyways.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Okay. My turn. I'm Andrew Huang. I am a junior at CAS studying computer science. Over the summer, I did like a data analytics internship at a firm called Russell Reynolds Associates. It was completely online and it kind of sucked because the other interns quit. So it was just me and I didn't really do shit. So yeah, over summer I also started learning some iOS dev from a Udemy course. I didn't get very far, honestly, because I started just doing my own thing on the side. I also learned how to cook a few things that I'm pretty happy with, I think. And I recently started watching The Office, and I've been going really hard. I'm on like season 5.5 or 6. I don't know. Yeah.
Hello. So yeah, I'm Matt. I'm a senior doing computer science. Over the summer, I interned at Morgan Stanley under their technology division. So I guess if you have any questions about, I guess, fintech related stuff, you can ask me that. In terms of other stuff I did during the summer, I'm getting pretty into web dev. So I did some projects. I recreated Tetris Battle since it went down because Flash was like kicked out.
Yeah.
I started a blog if you want to read that. And then I'm learning Go, which is I'm trying to use it as like a backend language. And then I also learned a bit of game dev with Unity. I made a pretty crappy game that Jaylee and Andrew played. And I also played a lot of Clash of Clans I got back into it. I was like pretty into it in like middle school, but I got back into how dare you change it. But so I got back into it. A couple of us are in the same clan, like a couple of us on the Eboard in the clan. So if you want to join us, feel free. And I also played a lot of League with my friends. And yeah.
Wait, Matthew, I think a good topic, I mean, a topic we mentioned we would talk about was like, how did your intern change? Like, how did you do your intern because of COVID? You know, how did it work?
Oh yeah, sure. So obviously I wasn't able to go in office. And it was pretty hard because internships are just all about like meeting other people and just kind of getting those connections. I feel like when you work at a bigger company, as opposed to a startup, they don't expect you to like be groundbreaking with your work. It's mostly, I think, just an opportunity for them to get to know you. That might be just my experience. I don't know about you guys, but So yeah, so it's pretty hard to get to know a lot of people, but I think they did a pretty good job in trying to do online community events. But obviously, as you can tell from this event, it's like pretty hard to get a lot of engagement with online community events. So so yeah, I would say I would love to go in person and meet people that way. It's a lot more natural. But yeah, I think I'm still like super lucky to be able to have gotten the experience anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, so my name's Jennifer. You can call me Jen. I'm a senior studying computer science at CAS, and over the summer I didn't do much. I took a course with CodePath, which was like a 10-week technical interview course. So that's helping me out a lot with like technical interviews this season. And I binged on Law and Order like so many times. I think I rewatched like all 21 seasons like
Jesus
2 times
Christ.
over the summer because I didn't have anything to do. And I also watched I rewatched Monk too, which is it's a pretty good show, but it's an old show. But totally recommend watching it. And I also tried learning iOS development and Android, but it failed, so it's all good.
Wait, Jen,
Yeah.
did you do like a project with RTC or something?
Oh yeah, so that was like me learning Android development. So if you don't know, there's a program called Rewriting the Code, which helps support women in tech. And so they, in response to like COVID-19 and like students losing their internships, they created a program called Rewrite Your Summer. So I was one of the students selected, and from there I worked in a team to develop like this Android application in Java called Voting Rights, which is just like providing users resources and encouraging them to vote, which is pretty much it. But yeah, I learned Android development, which was something I initially didn't like. I had a pretty bad experience learning Kotlin, so I was like, no, I don't want to learn Android. But yeah.
Yeah, I got a MacBook 4 years ago because I told myself I was gonna make iOS apps. It never happened. I never touched a line of code.
Damn, so what do you do with it?
I just, it was just like an excuse to get a relatively expensive laptop.
Unbelievable.
Jen, what do you think is like the difference, I guess, between developing like between iOS and Android, like, or I guess in terms of like which language you like better, like, do you prefer one over the other, regardless of like your phone, I guess?
So I took an iOS course with Nathan Hole last semester. And so I was like totally into iOS. But then when I tried Android again, I thought it was pretty easy to develop the user interface. It's just like XML, which is pretty easy. And if you know Java, you could definitely develop Android applications. I compared like iOS and Android. I lean more towards iOS, but like long term, I think Android is a good way to like get into mobile development.
Lies. What do you mean?
No, it was okay. The reason why
Beef.
I'm
Yeah,
okay,
there
the
is
reason
beef.
why-
We'll get to my slide in a bit, and I'll tell you why. But go ahead, explain yourself.
Okay, so my experience with Android was better than iOS, like in terms of like working in a team, because when I was like working on an iOS project with my team during my class, I kept running into merge conflicts because my team members use like the storyboard, which is really hard to resolve the merge conflicts. Like if you open up the file, it's like crap of code, like it's not even readable. So that's the only like advantage to Android, because it's just XML. But that's it.
I agree with Ken. I've never developed in iOS, but I have developed in Android, and one of the big advantages of Android was like, I don't know, things were more, I guess, since everything is XML, it's easier to manage. And the big advantage was to publish an app. I think on Android you just need to pay like 10 or 50 or like $15 to become a permanent developer account. But on iOS you have to pay $100 a year. So it just means like it's hard for private or like personal developers to make some fun, interesting apps and like if you just want to make an app that doesn't necessarily make a profit, then it'd be hard to go with iOS because you have to pay every year.
Yeah, it's like $100 out of your wallet every year, and you just want to have like a little app for your portfolio. Like
Yeah.
at that point, it's screwed. That's just what I think. And speaking about what I think, I am a senior in studying computer science, and I graduate this year. This summer, I learned how to use Linux somewhat by installing Linux onto this old computer that I had available. And then I tried Android development with Kotlin, which I think now is a piece of garbage language. Anything that's like weakly typed. So that includes like JavaScript. No offense to anyone here. But essentially, it was too abstract for me, and it was just like anything can go down that I just like I hated it. And then I also played Animal Crossing. That was a fun game. I think it's dead now, but you know, it got me through a pandemic, so that is something. And if anyone wants to add me on Switch, just let me know. But that's...
Wait, I want to add you on Switch, Lucas.
Oh shit, I gotta find a Switch code.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
Well, JD, you should schedule a Calendly link with him.
Oh yeah. Schedule with me on Calendly.
His time is very valuable.
I like that.
I do a 15-minute Calendly with Lucas just to get his Switch code.
Exchange friend code. No, but yeah, I love Animal Crossing. It was fun. And I never played Animal Crossing since the DS version, even though there was a 3DS and a Wii. I just never played it on there. I didn't think it was worth it, but it was fun.
Hey, I'm Karina, and I'm a sophomore studying computer science at CAS. And over the summer, I took summer classes. I took basic algorithms, and I launched my side project to the App Store. It's a language learning app that I started at my the first hackathon that I went to back in freshman year. So Kevin, you should try and go to some hackathons. They're a lot of fun. And I watched too much Netflix, like all of Netflix.
Which professor did you take data structure, no, algorithms with?
Tamaskar. I think he was a TA for Shoop for a while.
Karina, what do you use to make the app? I guess like what stack did you use?
Swift.
Oh, okay, cool. So do you have like the same gripes with Swift as like Jen and Lucas?
Okay, so storyboards just suck in general. The way to go is programmatic. Yeah, that way it just like resolves a lot of the merge conflicts you would have otherwise.
Oh shoot, okay. I guess this is why people use React Native a lot and like Flutter, right? You don't have to deal with that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Don't you bring that stuff here.
Oh, really?
I'm dealing
Wait,
with
you don't like
JavaScript.
it?
I'm not dealing with JavaScript. Fuck that.
You can use TypeScript though.
Can you?
Yeah, I think so. Right, with React Native?
I have to learn more about TypeScript. But I know JavaScript is a big no-no for me.
How are you feeling about AIT, Lucas?
Wait, what's up, Ivana?
How are you feeling about AIT? Because that's pure JavaScript, and I know you're in that class.
Yeah, I should have swapped out when I had the chance. But I think it's interesting. There's just too much work. It's too much work. At least for everything else that I'm juggling, because I decided to take Calc 2 as well, and that's also another time consumption. So I wouldn't recommend taking those two at the same time.
Hey guys. Actually, it's probably a good opportunity because I don't really know a lot of you guys on the Eboard either. So I'm Andrew. I came to NYU as a business major, like Stern, thinking I was going to go into finance. did like a summer internship at a bank in freshman year, and I didn't like it. So then I added. Okay, nice, good one. But I added a comp sci major, and now I'm a double major. So I spent my last 2 summers at Amazon, and I'm returning full time. So like last summer was my internship, and then beyond that, like I played a lot of Among Us. I learned to sing like 2 years ago, so I mean I'm at home, nothing to do, so I practice in the shower, and then like other people mentioned, I play League, like all those other games. Just waste a lot of time, yeah.
Wait, what do you sing, Andrew?
I sing like pop music mostly, so like Sam Smith, Ed Sheeran, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I took like so like I met a friend in like freshman year, and he's like in an a cappella group, and he told me like, hey, like come see my concert, and I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like, dude, you're so good. He's like, dude, you can do it too. And then he told me to sign up for like, there's like a private voice lesson you can join at NYU, and I'd recommend it. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Go to karaoke song.
I'm Not the Only One by Sam Smith, probably.
Sing it right now. No, it's okay. I'm just kidding.
Maybe next time, actually. Why not?
Bruh.
But I've only been singing like 2 years, so I'm not that good. Yeah. But yeah, so I guess my first internship was I was on like search. So like I was on the team, like when you're on Amazon and like you search for products, like I'm the team that like decides what products show up, and also like as you're typing it, like what the autocomplete words are, like that kind of stuff. So if you see like bestsellers or Amazon choice, like my team did that. And then this summer I was working on like a unreleased NDA like robotics thing. So you might see that come out in the future. I think like 2023. So, but yeah, it's been fun.
Amazon is gonna make a robot vacuum. That's what it's gonna be.
Yep, you got me.
It's making Terminator.
It's gonna make a robot that makes new robots.
Yo, what the hell, Fred? You're a genius.
Yes.
Why didn't I think of that? What the hell?
Andrew, what data do you have on us?
Oh, too much. Wait, it's disgusting.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, I mean, when you work on search, like you work with the data, right? So.
Damn.
Yeah, it's cool.
He says he knows when you sleep.
I mean, I like at least you get you to buy more stuff.
Honestly.
I've also heard Google like annotates your personal photos for its stuff.
Oh God.
Like they hire people to annotate your photos to like categorize them or something.
I mean, when I think like we didn't have any like privacy breaching data, it's just like so much like when they like track like where you click on the screen, how you got to the URL, how you got to like the product page. Like if you came from Google, they'll know. If you went from Amazon, they'll know, stuff like that.
Okay.
Nothing crazy though. It's not like they're not like downloading everything you own or something, but.
Or are you saying that just to protect yourself?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we didn't think about that.
That's why they pay me the big bucks to shut me up.
Touch money. Alrighty.
That would be me. Hi, I'm.
Of course. Go ahead.
Hey, I recognize this photo. Vaguely resembles my face. Yeah. So, this summer I've been doing computer vision or machine learning research with a professor. In my particular situation, I ended up mostly just writing stuff like grant proposals, or like editing papers and stuff. I did get to program, but like I didn't quite like the experience this summer. So if you guys were to do any kind of like summer research, I guess you need to make absolutely like you need to make sure you know what you're getting into, and make sure it's not I don't know, too much writing, because I originally wanted to do it for programming, and that didn't end up happening. Um, so it was still good. I did get some experience still on coding, machine learning stuff. But overall, it was tiring and a huge time commitment. But last summer, I didn't write it here. I went to a company under Motorola that made like surveillance cameras, and there actually got opportunity to make machine learning or computer vision stuff related to tracking people in a camera. That was fun. So I guess the ironic thing was like I got more opportunity to do research and coding in a commercial company than actually doing research with a professor. So
That's sad.
yeah, I don't know, just like if you want to do research, any kind of research, like math or computer science or anything, like talk with the researcher, talk with the guy, or talk with the one who's hiring you, and make sure you know what you would be doing and that you would like it, and you would like doing it for 3 months nonstop. Yeah.
Oh, I had a question for Fred.
Sure.
Sorry, real quick. Sorry. But so how would you like suggest someone, like what advice would you give someone like just getting into machine learning? Because I took the intro course with Andrew Ng, which like I think a lot of people take. But after that class, I was like, I kind of just fell off after that. So like, what do you think like should be next steps after like taking an intro class?
So I didn't take that class, but from what I understand, it's about like a lot of math, was it?
Yeah, it's pretty theory based. Yeah.
Like a lot of theory stuff. So here's the thing. I kept mentioning computer vision and machine learning because it's more oriented toward computer vision. So whereas machine learning was like a very, I don't know, I want to say a very theoretical field where a machine just learns something and you don't really care what it learns to do. And I guess it's common that you don't know what specifically to do after taking the machine learning class. So what I did was, obviously I utilized machine learning, but it wasn't anything for machine learning's sake. It was always using machine learning to solve a specific problem in computer vision. For example, like recognizing people and tracking them in a camera. So I would say, if you took machine learning, then you have all the theoretical foundation to do computer vision. But the most important thing was still finding a topic that really interests you. Because nowadays, basically anything related to vision, people are already doing work and writing papers on that topic, and you can just look at those resources and maybe make something new or use existing stuff to accomplish some specific goal that really in a topic. What matters is that you're doing it for a topic that really interests you. The machine learning stuff, if you took the course, you're probably all set. It's the idea that matters, I would say.
Sounds good. Thanks, Fred. And sorry, Lydia.
Okay. So my name's Lydia. I'm majoring in MCC. This summer, I just copied Fred's slide, so I didn't know that like everyone added their hobbies. But
at least you're honest.
yeah. Yeah, I interned this summer in Korea. It was called digital content marketing, but like it's basically just like social media stuff. Yeah, it's a Tida, that's how you say it. It's just like a Korean language learning app. And it was fun, I guess, because I also got to like film with them, like teach Korean to American users. Yeah, during the summer in Korea, I also learned like musical stuff. Yep. That's it.
That was more productive than mine. What the hell? I should like learn some. I should learn like a new language, maybe like Italian. But no, I just sat around and played Switch.
You could do the music while Andrew sings.
Oh yeah, we can start a band.
Yeah. Tech band at NYU.
I'm good.
Bruh.
Wait,
That's
Lydia,
nice.
what kind of musical stuff?
Like just like dancing, cause I like dance already. So like I just learned like musical dancing. So like theater. Cool. Let's move on.
Wait, who's it? Oh, Ivana.
Ivana.
That's me. My name is Ivana. Senior studying computer science and social culture analysis. This summer, I was a software engineering intern at Twitter on their open source team. Let's see. I really liked. I interned at Twitter last summer too on the open source team. I really like the open source team at Twitter because open source is cool. Has impact on people outside of the company. And the internship program on that team was really different. So like on other teams, people would like be assigned one project and like that's what they work on this like the whole summer. But I got a lot of freedom and autonomy. So I really got to like pick and choose what I wanted to do, what I wanted to work on. And the way the team set up, we were kind of like working on open source related things for other teams across Twitter. So like in my first internship, I was able to do like an iOS app for like the real estate and development team. Like this summer, I like helped like update and add features to a Flask app for the Twitter University team. So like I got to like work with a bunch of different teams across the company and kind of like work on different stacks that I was curious on. So that's really exciting. And I'll be returning full time, but I don't really know what team yet. So we'll see. What else did I do? Yeah. So I'm part of a like AI literacy nonprofit called AI for Anyone. So I'm director of community there. So just doing outreach and like managing like a social media and design team for that. I think like a highlight of my summer was I think something that's really cool about being remote is just access to people like in a different way, I guess. It's a lot easier to reach out to people. So I met virtually with like a bunch of cool people across the industry. So like I met like founders, heads of products, people who are APMs, just like people who were building things that I thought were cool. And most of it was just like cold email or reaching out through DMs. So yeah, and I went swimming a lot, which was a lot of fun. I love swimming. So
in the ocean or in a pool?
In a pool. So
not bad.
Yep.
What kind of I guess projects did you work on in terms of the open source? Like, can I find your name on like I'm on the Twitter GitHub right now. Can I find your name on there?
On the Twitter GitHub, maybe not. I can send my first year project. Because like this past summer I did a lot more just like internal things, not necessarily in that like were accessible for like the open source community. But this is something I worked on my first summer at Twitter. So we worked with this organization called Chaos. They like help measure the health of different open source repositories and communities, like all across everywhere. So it's kind of like popular in like the open source community to do a year in review. So like GitHub does it, Google does it, like other companies do it, but Twitter hadn't really done one before. So me and 2 other interns just built this from scratch and kind of like were able to build an API to get all this data from our GitHub repos, which was also open source, so other people could do it too. So that's really, I think that's like the most impactful thing I've done at my time at Twitter, just because it was like outward facing. And it was cool because it's just like yearly, whenever you look at it, not just like 1 year review every year, just updates. But then this summer it was just like internal open source projects or projects that I was helping get ready to be open sourced. So not as much public facing stuff or stuff you'd find on like GitHub yet.
This is really cool. Just like scrolling through it, it's so satisfying. It's like ASMR.
Yeah, this was built with React and like this Twitter specific React thing called Feather. So that's it for me.
Oh, that's nice. Wait, is Albert here? Oh, Albert's not here.
No.
All right, questions, concerns. This is so informal. We don't care.
We have Ty here as well, but I don't think Ty got a slide. Do you want to introduce yourself, Ty?
I didn't have access to the slides, but
Oh, sorry.
Damn, y'all did them dirty. What is
Change the
this?
permissions right before this meeting. I'll add you right now. What's your email?
TAB8. I can go informally, but informally, I'm Ty. I study interactive media arts over in Tisch. What else do I do? My hobbies: I enjoy photography. I enjoy 3D animation. Over the summer, my internship fell through because it was like a travel internship, and I wasn't going to be able to make it to San Francisco. But it was like a tech startup called Ubiquity 6, and they did like augmented reality stuff, which has been pretty cool. But other than that, yeah, like I said, I enjoy photography, 3D animation. I enjoy eating and playing video games.
What kind of video games?
What games?
I would say I'm more of a sports video games, but like I've been grinding Damascus and Call of Duty for the longest, so I've been playing Call of Duty.
COD.
Which one?
Modern Warfare, the most recent one.
Isn't that the remaster of like
No,
2?
It's completely new.
No, they created like a remastered version, but that was for Modern Warfare 3.
I love that game. Like the character animations they did, they were so realistic.
Yeah.
Animation's sick.
Yeah.
I saw some of the PS5 like gameplay, like graphics are crazy.
Yeah.
They're getting so crazy.
Is anyone getting a PS5?
No, but I saw it and it looks really slick. That's it.
It does, right?
The
Look
small-
at that.
Looks like a
other
Wi-Fi
Xbox
router.
brick.
Like a pimped out Wi-Fi router.
Yeah. A little blue light. It's the type of people that put lights under their cars, bro.
The small Xbox looks good too.
You're alone in that, buddy.
Really? Come on.
Unbelievable. I can't believe we have an Xbox fan in here.
No, I don't have one. I'm just saying it looks good.
No, you said enough.
Okay.
You said all that we needed to hear.
Okay.
No, any other questions?
I mean, I guess we also had Leo that joined us a little later. I don't know if you're still there. Leo, do you want to introduce yourself?
No pressure.
Hi everyone. I'm Leo, and yes, this is like the second time I joined this club, and yes, Yes, but I just got I didn't read the Slack until 7 o'clock, so, and I see it here has an event to talk about everybody's internship experience or work on experience. I think very interesting, and then I'm a master student in computer science, yeah, and yeah, lately I try to want to work on open source project, mainly on parallel computing, and yes, so I just try to fit in and try to make contribution.
Well, that's good.
That's so cool.
Freaking masters?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't think about doing one. At least not yet. This shit sounds very hard. That's good though. All right, do we have any questions? If not, we can just move on to was it Among Us? What's next?
Among Us?
I have a question to Leo. What do you think of like the master's program in like NYU? How's your experience been so far?
I think it's more basically about the theory part, and I'm not sure it's because the course I take, and more it is more about the theory, and I think it's less about the practical issue. But generally, I think it's still very good to especially for because my background is not computer science, but my major is mathematics when I in college, and I think it can help me to build the foundation about the computer science. It help me to maybe to know more and how can I to optimize the code, optimize the algorithm, and I think those knowledge can help me to boost my career. Yes, I think so.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, that sounds
Mathematical background. That's like the dirty part of computer science.
Yeah, that's
I would never touch the math side of stuff.
what every CS major doesn't like about CS.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a semester with shoot, but like for your like 2 years.
Bro, that is
I applaud
brave.
you.
I
That is
salute. I salute. That stuff is just, I don't know. I would not touch math too much. That's good though. That's awesome. Any other questions to any other person, or anything really?
If the Eboard as well has like any other questions, I feel like this is the first time we've actually all talked about our summer with each other. Like all we do is just like hang out and like plan events. But
Yeah, that's all we do.
telling everyone like what everyone did this summer. Yeah.
It was
it's
nice
just
though.
fun.
Yeah.
I have a question
To who?
to Jaylee. I'd love to learn more about like your experience like at a startup and what that was like in terms of just like your overall experience, like structure, what you got assigned, and like responsibility, like what you liked or didn't about that kind of environment.
Yeah. Well, like for my past 2 internships, I have been working in startups. My first summer, I worked at like a pretty late stage startup, and like I thought like it was much more structured. I would assume it's like kind of like a corporate style, but it's just on a very small scale. But this summer, I worked in like an early stage startup, actually with a tech at NYU alum. It was like remote as well, so everything was super ad hoc and like very scrappy. And like personally, I don't really like that. It was like a lot of just getting things done and like doing a lot of interviews because I did a lot of user research and design stuff. I don't know. I feel like in early stage startups, and if it's for people who like really like to just be scrappy and like learn off the bat, I felt like I didn't get a lot of mentorship in the startup world. I feel like, this is my personal opinion, but I feel like early stage startup are for people who are already professional experience, like people who've come from like a very solid industry and they know like tech stacks and stuff, and they know like they just want to create something and they know how to build it. Whereas I felt like it's quite hard to get mentorship, even though like the person I worked with, like the founder was really nice. She was like, let me connect you with this person and get feedback. But like, it wasn't as helpful because you're not working together with someone on a project. But yeah, I don't know. Has anyone else worked in startup world? I mean, Lydia, you said you worked in a startup as well. How did you find it?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it because it was so small. Like it was 10 people, and like you form community very easily because of that. I personally got a lot of mentorship from like the people that were like my supervisors. Yeah, I think because I had to take on a lot of different roles, like they kind of just like gave me a bunch of like little tasks that weren't really just like, you know, in like one role, like not just like marketing, but also like it could be content, it could be like filming, it could be stuff like that. So I think I gained like a more well-rounded experience because of working in a startup. I think there are definitely pros and cons, but there are more pros in my experience. Yeah.
That's good.
I wanted to go off of something Jay Lee said. Like she's talking. Oh, I definitely agree with like the community thing. I think like you definitely, since it's so small, it's easier to get to know people, and especially like the lead people of the group. But regarding something like Jay Lee said in terms of like, it's more suited. It could be more suited towards people that are like have a lot more experience in the industry. I think that's pretty true as well. Like, sort of they hire you to kind of get work done. They don't, or I guess like if it's a really early stage startup, it's like they can't really invest too much resources in training you. So I guess it's kind of like, because for example, like I feel like in job applications, when you're applying for a startup, they're like, do you know this language, this technology, or that's like purely for technology or like coding. I don't know about like for design startups. But whereas for startups, they require all those kind of things. But then if you're applying to like, let's say a bigger company, like they're like, oh, you know, object-oriented design, you know how to make like good code, you know, Java, C, or Python, something like that. Like they don't demand as much because like they have all the resources to teach you guys. So that's just something I noticed. But yeah.
I feel like no, I think you're definitely right. Like I think startups, they're definitely looking for people who can like come in day one and just like hit the ground running, right? Like whereas like yeah, you're right. They don't have like the resources, I guess, to babysit you for like, you know, 3 months or however long. Like and then like I think the difference is like big companies are probably looking for, they just want good people with like good intuition, I guess, or like they don't really mind if you like don't know a particular language, because like I think their philosophy is always you can like teach someone like Python or like Java or whatever, but it's more difficult to teach like how to write like future-proof like scalable code or whatever, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. Actually, I wanted to ask, like, I guess everyone, like, did you guys have other interns or like people you could talk to that were like in our age range? I feel like, because one of the things I didn't like was like 2 summers ago, my entire team was like 35 and up, and like they were talking about how they were like, oh, I'm gonna go home and teach my kid how to code, and she's like 9. I'm like, oh, it's like harder to have like, I think like a really strong relationship if you're like, everyone's like, yep, gotta go pick up the kids. I'm like, yep, have a good one. You know, I don't know, just a broad question for everyone.
Wait, I had that same experience too, but like, wait, to be honest, I feel like I've been the only intern in all my work experience, which is like I get like all the attention, but at the same time, like everyone else around me is like at a very different stage of their lives. And I'm like, oh, this is really awkward, like hanging out with a bunch of old people. Yeah. And I don't know, I always like wanted a real internship experience to meet other interns. So I mean, it'll be cool to like listen to like what people have to say about that.
Yeah, like
For
yeah.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
For me, my first internship, I was part of this thing called Twitter Academy. So everyone there, like a part of that internship program, specifically at Twitter, we were all the same age. So like my team, the open source team specifically, we had 7 interns, and they were all my age. I got to live with 4 interns, and we got to like, I got to meet just like a bunch of interns that were my age. So like that whole summer, it was just us going like on vacation across California and like renting cars. But like I also think that like I like specifically where I was working, a lot of people were like new grads or like fairly recent grads, like within 5 years. So I think it's like really dependent on the company and like how old the company is or like what the company's doing to see like how like the age range of the people there. Not that there weren't old people at Twitter, there were, but like I just feel like I was always around someone my age, and that definitely like impacted my experience and wanting to go back.
And I think that's I think that depends on company. And although I not have internship, but I have worked in a company as a software engineer about 9 years. But I work in my country, Taiwan. Yeah, so yeah, I think that may something different, but this way because our company, they are very focused. They have very focus on to about their human resources. So they ask us to focus on to educate our junior engineer. So when I was in my company as a junior engineer, and although maybe they have some engineer about 30 or 40 years old, but they are very we are happy to help you to answer your question, and they want to teach you more because that is the culture in our company. So I think, yeah, it's maybe a different company, different company culture will have different experience.
That's fair. Anybody else have other experience?
Wait, but like, what about you, Andrew? Like, what do you feel like at Amazon they like really cultivated a good internship experience?
So I think like this summer like it's hard because like everything was remote, right? So like you can't blame a company or like for like not having anything like that. Like I there were 4 interns on my team, but like they were like all master students. Like, and it's harder to like talk to people because it's like we're all like just at home. But I remember like 2 summers ago, like well, first off, like so I visited like my brother was interning. Like I visited him at Facebook, and like what they did is they had like they had a lot of like intern events, and like I remember they rented out. They had like concerts for like interns, and like they like rented out like this like big open area, and like they had like free drinks if you're over 21, like all these like nice amenities, I guess. And like it was such a nice experience. Like it literally looked like I don't know, like a college campus kind of, but it was just like thousands of interns, like, and everything was like paid for. And so like yeah, like they just had a lot of events like for the interns, like to meet other people, and like I thought that was pretty cool. I think Amazon was like more frugal about it. Like they had orientation, where like I met some people, and then beyond that, it's kind of like you're on your own. Like we had like a Slack group for like different buildings, and like you just have to reach out on your own. But I feel like Amazon didn't do as much. I think other companies definitely like push the boundaries a little bit more. Like maybe like I'm sure like Twitter Academy in and of itself is like a good way because like they paired all the interns together and like had them meet each other and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing. Those are actually really good questions. I feel like sometimes we like really glance over them when you're doing like when you look for an internship. So that was really nice to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, we we're pretty much at the end of time, but I just wanted to plug in for Kevin and Leo. We have upcoming events. So we're planning to have weekly events, and we're planning on announcing it earlier next time. But our next event would be landing the internship and the technical interview. I'm not sure if it would apply to you, Leo, but maybe for Kevin, it would be more applicable if you're thinking about like getting an internship in New York or actually anywhere. Now everyone's going super remote. And then also Tech Treks. Andrew and Karina, do you want to plug it in real quick?
Yeah, sure. So our Tech Treks event just gonna be like talking about the basic software like engineer, like general like internships or jobs you might want to go into. We'll just go over like different roles, what you'll do, and like what you'll want to prepare if you're interested in going to a certain field.
Yeah. So I guess Tech Treks is super beginner based for people who are interested. And if you do have like friends who are like interested in tech or curious about tech, like feel free to like invite them to the Slack. We're more than like, it's like the more the merrier. Yeah, but that's about it. Thanks for coming, Leo and Kevin.
And thank you.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Thanks for coming.
Yes. Nice meeting you guys.
Oh, I can do this.
Wait, do we need a
Should
picture?
we?
Oh.
Oh wait, no, we have the recording.
Oh yeah, okay.
We can pause recording now.
Oh yeah.